Hello and welcome to my channel. It's the Network Specialist. Please like this video, subscribe to my channel, and hit that notification bell so that you know each and every time I upload a video. Everything I will discuss in this video is alleged and, in my very own opinion, used for entertainment purposes only. And let me repeat that, entertainment and comedic purposes only. Now, as you can see, according to my thumbnail, Kevin Surrat Jr. crashes out over blogger and takes out frustration on Kevin Surrat Sr. Okay, now, guys, I believe that Kevin Surrat Sr. was waiting on this moment. I was actually waiting on this moment to call out Kevin Surrat Jr. Okay, so what I'm going to do is um, Kevin Surratt Jr. appeared on the podcast USN Live. And so we're going to pull that up and we're going to read it, okay? And guys, make sure that your volume is turned up because you know that when I share, hey, Paula, thank you so much for being here and catching a live, sis. And let me just remove this so that you guys can see so that we can get into it.
For example, some of the people been, kind of.
And guys, I put it to the mark where I wanted to start because they were kind of going over the Diddy documentary, and I didn't want to get into all that. I specifically want to get into Kevin Surratt going off about the blogger, and I didn't put her name in the title, but we all know that he's talking about Sherelle's World and Perry. And let me be clear, this is not me taking up for Sherelle's World. When I first came on the scene on these YouTube streets, I was fond of Sherelle. And then when we found out that she was married to Perry, cool with Perry as well. But when she went after Melody Cherie, that's when I kind of had to kind of cut ties because there is no way. But anyway, let's get back to the video.
Throwing questions and answers and comments and all that type of stuff to myself and Kevin. And y'all don't have to worry about that up there. So Kevin, are you with us?
Right here with you.
All right. So some questions that were raised, you had concerns about.
Concerns. I want to speak on it.
Speak on it.
I mean, when it comes to the things that have been said about me, no. It's a lot of things. You really want to speak on my character without me even saying a word about it. Sherelle, why you not home taking care of your son? I mean, cause it's some things, and I know that's your homegirl. And what pisses me off, I didn't speak on you. I left it alone. I kept it cute, and y'all not gonna keep talking about
Okay,
me like this,
guys,
yo.
I know Kevin Jr. is a little hard to read. So let me just give you some context, right? So basically, he's calling out his dad for not defending him when it comes to Sherelle and Perry because Sherelle has stated that she believes that Kevin Jr. is on lane. Okay. And basically, he's saying, I kept it cute. I didn't speak on you. Well, maybe that was the problem, Kevin Jr. You did not defend your father when it came to the Braxton sisters, mainly Tawanda and Trina. So now all of a sudden, you want your dad to come to your rescue when you never had his back. Okay, let's continue.
Y'all not. And be respectful. And I've been respectful, but like now I gotta be disrespectful. We're giving you a platform. And for you to keep on talking about me, I'm ignoring you. Now what? And you got a husband too, don't you? And you gonna sit beside him or both of y'all. And now what? How do you feel about it?
About what?
About because I feel like y'all two friends, right?
So,
You went on her platform. You gave her a moment
okay. Now, did you ever ask the question?
because
Guys, I hope you are paying attention to Kevin Surrat Sr.'s face. He is loving this, okay? Because grown children, they have a way of thinking that they know everything until shit starts to hit them in the face. And then they want to run back to mama and daddy, you know what I'm saying? After you've been over there playing for the other team. Okay. So I love the way that Kevin Sr. is handling this situation. He remained quiet when Sherelle and Perry were making those allegations about his son. I don't blame him. Okay. So when all of the Braxtons were coming for him, Kevin Jr. picked a side and didn't have anything to say. But now all of a sudden, his dad should have his back. Okay, make it make sense. If my enemies aren't your enemies, then your enemies aren't my enemies. Plain and simple.
I feel like I'm sorry, yo. I know we on YouTube and all that, but Sherelle, your husband's a bitch. Your husband's a bitch because he stood beside you and he didn't even shut you up. As a man, if I'm beside my girl,
Kevin Jr., I'm going to need you to be a man before you start making these statements about being a man. I'm going to need you to actually be a man because right now you're looking like a big grown kid, okay?
I'm gonna shut my girl up. I'm gonna handle that accordingly. But you a man gossiping about some things. And then you say I'm on lean. I'm on lean. I don't know between y'all two. I don't know if y'all tapped in with the culture. That's never the DMV thing. Lean costs about 5K a bottle. I mean, I'm not saying I'm struggling, but like I don't got 5K a bottle kind of money.
Now, maybe you guys in the audience can help me out with this. Kevin Jr. said that lean costs about $5,000 a bottle. I'm not that familiar with lean, but maybe you guys can let me know because I cannot see lean costing $5,000, but I could be wrong. Y'all, let me know in the comments.
It's a lot of money to be spending. It's rappers out here that can't afford that kind of habit. I got seizures because my mother passed away. My first seizure I had after work with my ex-wife coming home from work, and I had a seizure, my first seizure. I mean, here we go. You get my pill bottle. Can I get it real quick?
Okay, so now maybe he's trying to gain some sympathy. He's talking about when he had his first seizure. Okay. And the thing about it is, Kevin Jr. is always so loud and wrong. Like, he doesn't even know that the husband is the next of kin. It's obvious that somebody has been in his ear trying to push this narrative, for their own personal gain, and he thought that for some reason it would be more beneficial for him to take the side of Tawanda and Trina, but obviously they moved on. Okay. They got other shit to do. They got their own kids, their own family, and they don't have time for you, Kevin Jr. I'm sorry that you were bamboozled and led astray. by Tawanda and Trina, but it is what it is. Like, these grown ass kids kill me thinking that you are supposed to have their back, whether they are wrong or right, when they are so quick to turn their back on you. Fuck them kids. Sorry, not sorry. I don't let anyone try to gaslight me or play in my face. That goes for everybody. Moms, dads, grandmas, kids, grandkids, friends, co-workers, associates, everybody can get it. Okay? Now, he wants to talk about the seizures to gain sympathy. You should have learned leaned on your dad, but you took Tawanda's side. And when she couldn't use you no more, she moved on and left you out here looking stupid.
I take Kepper. Only drug I'm on is Kepper. I mean, I feel like it's offensive to a lot of people right now that do have seizures, because you saying that I'm bullshitting, I'm lying. No. Take care of your son. You know what I mean? Because I have a homegirl right now that know about your situation. Take care of your son. Take care of your son.
If you
And guys, when he's talking about take care of your son, he's referring to Sherelle's son. He obviously has some insight to something that's going on with her son. So basically, because she's coming for him, he's coming for her. And that's where he needs to keep all of his frustration. He needs to keep it over there on Sherelle and Perry, because when it comes to Kevin Sr., like, you never had your dad's back. So I'm confused. Like, what do you want from your dad? And let's get past this commercial really quick,
live in a
guys.
Florida zip code and have 0 DUIs in the last 5 years, listen.
You asked me a question. You asked me a question.
Yeah.
Let me know when you want me to answer
I
it.
mean, answer it how you want to.
Ask me a question again.
That's your homegirl. That's your homeboy.
How do you define homegirl and homeboy?
Hey, they said they was cool
How?
with you.
What? I'm
He
just
named you specifically. He said Kevin Sr.
How
I'm
do you
cool with him.
How do you define homeboy and homegirl?
Anyone that calls me by saying like I'm cool with them, that's a friend.
So I used to have a saying, and I used to say this all the time to your mom. I don't know your last name, right? If I don't know your last name, it's a difference in association. So I ran with a crew of 20 plus in my coming up in life. And right now, I run with about over 1,000 people that I connect with over the year. Say it was in 1 year, right? And my social circle of people, about it's 1,000 in my groups in my areas, right? So I know how to classify people as associate with. I'm wise enough to do this. I connect with, I friend with, I go with, I be with, I connect with. And it comes in waves, valleys and peaks. So when someone says to me, this is my this and this is my that,
Do you know her last name?
again,
Do you know her last name?
I didn't say nothing when you talk.
I'm asking though.
I didn't say nothing when you talk.
Because you're making a statement as.
Do y'all see how rude he's been the entire time? Like, his dad can't even get a word in edgewise. Like, every time his dad begins to speak, even before we got to this part of the video, he kept cutting his dad off. He is so disrespectful. Like, whenever he's speaking, his dad waits until he is completely done before he speaks. But for some reason, Kevin feels like, he can just interrupt you when you talk, not let you get a sentence out for whatever reason. Like, you can tell that he has been harboring this resentment for his dad. And let me just say this. Honestly, I think that everything that he's going through with his dad, it has nothing to do with what's going on right now, the Sherelle and Perry situation, the Braxtons, him being on the show. It has nothing to do with that. It has something to do with his upbringing and something that he's probably always felt about his dad, and it's just now coming out. Okay, he's been waiting to, call his dad out, for some shit for a very long time. So this is him doing just that.
And it's a friend. I realized, look, these two are friends.
They are.
They're my friends. If I see them in the store right now, if I see them in the grocery store, I'm gonna give her a hug. I'm gonna give her a hug.
What's define a friend?
I trust him.
I don't move like that. That's just me personally. And so I get what you're saying, though. I
Yeah.
get what you're saying. I don't move like that. I move in a space where I capture things that capture my movement, and we connect like that.
But
So
would
when
you give
a
her a
friend,
hug in the store?
yeah, that don't mean you're my friend.
Would you give her a hug in the store?
Absolutely.
I'm not giving a stranger a hug.
Kevin, I've given strangers hugs. So what I'm saying is we on different platforms. That's why I associate with 1,000 people in a year at least, if not more. And the association that I connect with them is different. My lodge meeting this morning, it was different. My bike club last night, it's different. Today, it's different. I know how to work with people on different levels.
Hey, Mama Bees, thank you so much for being here. I needed to scroll down. Hey, Sharon Gottball, thank you so much for being here. And Sharon says she agrees. Okay.
When I go to work, I don't have friends. I have work friends. It's different.
But if you see them in the store, are you gonna give them a hug?
That's a social connection.
Because you know them.
Nah.
Because you know them.
I've given fans hugs. This is a different type of hug. Give me this. I got this hug, right? This is in between. You see that? See that arm? That's in between.
But
I got this. Hold up. I got this hug. That's a different hug, right? I got this one. That's a different hug. Then I got this one. And she won't even know what this is when I do that. I got different ways of associating with people. So when someone classify my associate friend, how I connect to people, it kind of like shows
Lack of intelligence.
that
keep it real.
There's a misunderstanding of me. Because when you know me.
And let me say this, Kevin Surrat Sr., he has a lot of patience when it comes to Kevin Jr., okay? He probably got more patience than I would have. He's trying to not embarrass his son. He's really just trying to have patience. My patience would have ran out a long time ago, but go ahead, Daddy.
Right? So say, for example, when I had my wife's service, those people knew us. When I had the private service, those people knew us on different levels. So I go and I associate with people. When I went to the baby shower, the gender reveal, that was a different level of association. I know how to connect to people because I'm a social person and I don't give everybody the same classification. Now let's get back with the classification of Sherelle and myself.
Yeah, Sherelle.
No, stop, son. Stop, son.
He a bitch.
Stop, son.
He a bitch. He a bitch. As a man,
See how he keeps interrupting and being so rude? OMG. Because his father is not saying what he want him to say. Because he has probably realized that he effed up and now you need your daddy, who would have always had your back, but you fell for the okie doke with the Braxtons. And now your father is getting pleasure seeing you squirm. Because y'all always come back. Because y'all always need something.
I'll say that.
Let me know you finish. Cause see, this is not the person I raised. So I'm just gonna let him flow. I'm letting him flow.
It is pussy you raised.
All right. I would never tell you to call an elder a bitch. I would never ever.
How many bitch ass niggas
I would never ever tell my son to go at his elders like that. That's why I've never disrespected my mother-in-law and father-in-law.
Elders, it's crazy work.
My mother-in-law and father-in-law, I told them on this platform.
Elders is crazy.
I would never disrespect them.
It's crazy.
So I know my son is going through that.
You let your homeboy call me a bitch ass nigga how many times? I counted. How many times did your homeboy call me a bitch ass nigga?
It's not my homeboy.
How many times did your homeboy call me a bitch ass nigga? I'm asking. How many times?
Was his homeboy, as you call it, was he wrong? Because right now you acting like a bitch ass nigga. I'm sorry. You acting like a bitch ass nigga, Kevin Jr. Man up. Grow up.
He's not my homeboy, Kevin.
I counted.
So let me say this, Kevin.
And Mama Bees, I'm not sure if it's illegal. I don't know what it is. I don't know what it looks like. I don't know how much it costs. I don't know anything about it. And Sharon said Junior is on something. Senior doesn't have to kiss his ass. Okay. Like, dude, like you treated your dad like crap when you teamed up with the ops. So I'm not really sure what you think your dad owes you at this point. Your dad never said nothing. Yeah, Tawanda leaked that clip of you and your dad fighting because she's a messy ass biatch. But other than that, your dad has not spoke on you out here on these social media streets at all, Kevin Jr. So I don't see what the problem is. Talking about you didn't speak on him, you kept it cute. Okay, so that's that. You know, he giving you the same energy. He not speaking on you, and you not speaking on him, but he does not feel like he has to defend you because you never defended him.
So let's say this, right? I got what you're saying. Like, hey, he called me out of my name, even, but it's also dealing with emotion and intelligence, right? You got to balance some of that out. And then, so you're going through a time where you're going through your 5 stages.
Right.
You
Just
can't.
What he's lacking is emotional intelligence. Let's be clear.
Everything don't have to be something said to it, right?
You're right.
And then you can gather that by saying, okay, he's my father age. Let my father handle it. Or he's an elder. I'm gonna respect him because I got so many other things that I gotta heal from and get free from and things like that that I can focus on and I can respond to, right? Because when you're in a hurt place and you make yourself vulnerable, you don't want to put yourself in a place where you attacking every comment, everything somebody said, because then it brings anxiety and it start bringing, you know, that energy where you have to feel like you're on a defense all the time, right? And you don't have to be on defense because first of all, you already know who you are. You are worthy. You are enough.
Yeah.
So you already know that, right? So you don't have to like lower your standards or lower your vibrations down to where somebody, because they said names. And I know back in the day they say, oh, words hurt, you know, hurts. But to me, I say as long as you don't physically harm me, you know, you can say whatever you want to say, because I heard you say opinions. Everybody has his opinion and something about and they all assholes or
Right.
something on that.
Hold up for a minute. We're gonna pause on that.
Okay.
We're gonna come right back to that.
Okay.
We'll be right back, guys.
Throw it as hard as you want. Go on. Watching it zip away feels like it might just keep going, right? Nope.
Still alive with music in the eyes, his body moving.
Oh yeah, but you just want to have emotional intelligence, and while you're going through your 5 stages, because you're still going through that, right? You're still going through a grieving process because you gotta, at the end, you gotta heal, and then you're gonna find a solution. But you want to make sure you take the necessary steps, and sometimes it's going to be with that. You know why? Because both of y'all are hurting. Both of y'all are healing from things.
That's fair.
And both of y'all have different aspects of ways of healing. His might be macho, yours might be a little, less. His might be impulsive or impatient, and yours might be, oh, I don't give a fuck. You know what I'm saying?
So you saying macho and not giving a fuck. How I'm saying it is, someone on a platform, right, that has viewers is calling me out my name. How you expect me to respond?
Ignore it.
Ignore it?
Tell him God bless you.
That's fine. I do it.
You know why?
I do it a lot.
You ever heard of, you don't always have to let your right hand know what your left hand doing, right? And you didn't have to let him know you that pissed that he got to your core of your being, because he just got to the core of your being to make you get out That's not your everyday energy. Is every day your energy say, "Oh, fuck him, but him"?
You
If
know
that's
what my
not
issue
your
is?
everyday
You know my
energy,
issue? I have an issue when someone says out their mouth, "That's my homeboy. That's my friend. We cool with him." But his son, he a bitch ass nigga.
So no, go ahead. Go ahead, T.
That's
Go
why
ahead,
so
T.
in that moment when that happened,
And let me say this, guys, in Sherelle's defense. Sherelle loves Tracy Braxton down. Okay. You know, even though I don't really follow her like that anymore, she loves Tracy Braxton down. And, you know, she always took up for Kevin Jr. She had Kevin Surrat on her panel. They're cool. But when he kept, you know, defending Tawanda and everything, because she can't stand Tawanda. Let's just keep it, you know, a buck. She can't stand Tawanda like most of us. Okay, so he decided to kind of come into the situation to try to defend Tawanda. Okay, so now he feels some kind of way because his dad is cool with them. You know, they don't like Tawanda, but they're cool with his dad. But he picked a side. That's all that is. And once you pick the side, it is what it is. So don't try to come back over here to your dad and try to get sympathy when you already picked a side.
it happened.
Yeah.
What did you want from your dad? What were you looking for your dad to to react or to say?
To stand up for his son.
And what kind of like how did that look to you?
I don't care how it looks for me to stand for your son.
So no, so I think what she's saying too, on a public platform or on a private platform.
Right.
Both. You
Okay.
publicly say that, and private, call him up, say something.
Mm.
You publicly say this about someone's son. I wish a nigga would say that about me. If baby Kevin, my son, if someone said, "Yeah, I'm cool with this,"
Okay, am I wrong, or the fact that he allowed Tawanda to talk about his dad the way that they did, you know what I'm saying? Shut him out of the show. This is your mom's husband. And let me just say this, okay? Because for some reason, you know, they knew that this was their sister's husband. Everything was all cool. But once she was no longer here, they wanted to just like cut him out of the family, treat him like shit. Let me say this, and let me be loud and clear. If I have any family members and every time they come to me, they're bashing their husband or saying whatever the case may be, but then when I actually physically see them, and they look like a happy couple. They smiling. You know how you can tell when somebody is in love with their man. Like whenever they talking to them on the phone, they cheesing from cheek to cheek. They got this big smile on their face. You can just tell. But then, they want to come and say some negative things, to you about them or whatever. And then they expect you to take on that same energy. I'm not doing that, because as long as you still married to this person, it is what it is. That's your husband. And I have to respect that. No matter what you saying to me, I'm going by what I see. So Tracy was still with her husband when she left this earth. So these sisters got some nerve to wait till she's gone and then have all of these issues with her husbands that they did not have when she was here, because they knew better. Every marriage is going to have their ups and downs. But until I divorce this ninja, I'm going to need y'all to treat this man like he my husband and he the father of my son. Point blank and period. Until I tell you otherwise, and until you see otherwise. Not just tell you, until you see otherwise.
son. But the father, yeah, he cook. Okay.
so at that time and at that moment that you saw that take place, you felt like your father should have defended you on the
Of course, off the break.
and that's what you wanted to see in your eyes, right?
Yeah.
Publicly and private.
And privately. Because
Okay.
that would have made you feel like you were. It's a blank. It's a blank space.
Protected.
That's what I
Gotcha.
needed to know.
Gotcha.
So guess what I heard when you were saying that. That's what I was gonna get to.
What?
that in your mind and in your energy, you calling this guy a bitch ass nigga, you're responding to both of them. Right?
Right.
And this is some real stuff that you got to know deeper. You're responding to both of them. You know why? Because you're angry at your dad that he didn't protect you and say a goddamn thing. And then you're angry at the guy because you feel like, oh, you his friend and you all that, and you have the nerve to downplay me and I'm part of him. I'm his friend. So I get it. So in your mind just now, when you was saying that, you were saying it to the both of them because you were feeling that pain all over.
I'm
And you were
responding to Sherelle and her husband.
Yeah, and I get it.
Now, pay attention to what this lady is saying. His anger was not just directed at Sherelle and Perry, it was also directed at his, his dad. So essentially, he's calling his dad a bitch ass nigga, okay?
Because I'm more or less responding to the husband, because to have a female talk about another male in front of you.
But listen to this. Sometimes males don't want to say anything, right? And they want to take, you just said public or private.
Right.
We can't say what he said to her in private. Maybe he didn't want to humiliate her in the public, right? And we don't know what
he got to make her feel protected.
Yeah, he got to make her feel protected and loved, like you wanted to feel protected and loved, right? So my question to you now is, what's two things that you believe your father could do to make you not lash out that way, and to also for you to be respecting him and
We'll be right back, y'all. Definitely.
One, two, three, let's go.
Thank you. It's funny the kind of transference that's taking place right now. And I don't like doing this, but I'm gonna do it. I really don't like doing this.
Do it.
As a man, but I'm gonna do it. I felt very much that way on the show when you said I was born into this and you married into this. And I really felt like I've defended my son all of his life. From when you was born with a rocker bottom foot and I held you and they put you under anesthesia and it felt like you just collapsed in my arms at the age of 1. Then when you was in school and I just had to go to your school and I was working at school and I would defend those teachers in what I consider a diplomatic way, right? So as I got to this late grade age, like I said, I knew IEPs back then. So knowing social media is a process. So last year, Sherelle inboxed me and I was able to go on their show and kind of like counteract some of that stuff that they were saying to me or putting out in the narrative about me and my wife's marriage. So that platform gave me that. As far as a friendship, I explained earlier, my friends, my brothers, my sisters, people that connect to me. Now, I know your social dynamic is different than mine. It's very much different. And it's okay. Because sometimes their social circles are better. And I'm learning that right now, that I have to kind of like close it in. What I'm saying to you is, I just don't want you to misunderstand how I move. I move in silence the older I get. I move in the shadows the older I get. Because what I learned in my life decades ago is that moving grandly, jumping out there, because I tell people to come to my clubhouse and we lock the door and we go in there and if it gets to that point, and it'll never be a discussion. It'll never be a discussion. But what I'm saying to you is this: I heard you, right? And this is why I asked you early on, let's go through counseling together. Since we're here now, how many times have I asked you that?
Because a bunch of times.
And even when you was on the show and you said you was getting counseling, and I knew you was.
Wow. So his dad has asked him to go to counseling with him many times. And he chose not to go to counseling with his dad but he chose to appear on the show when the Braxtons fake like they're going to counseling, like they do every single season. They act like they're going to counseling and nothing becomes of it. No resolution, no results, no nothing but family beefs and toxic family behavior.
Excuse me? Excuse me?
Even when you was on the show,
Excuse me?
I'm not gonna do that.
Right. We're not doing that either. No, we're not doing that either. Because you don't know what I was doing. So how you gonna tell me that I wasn't getting counseling?
I got you.
So excuse me?
I got you.
No, you mentioned it. So excuse me?
No, I'm done.
I'm sorry. At this point, I will be done with his disrespectful ass. And let's see how them Braxton sisters, how they're going to be there for you so that you can lean on them, because you totally have lost respect from your dad. Where did this shit come from? Because he looks shocked that you're even disrespecting him that way. So obviously somebody has been in your ear. So you need to go right back over there to those people who've been in your ear and have they ass defend you against Sherelle and Perry.
You're done? Now you're done. Because you felt comfortable saying something about my situation, right? So what?
This is Sessions with Surrat.
I guess they had to cut it off. Things was getting too hot and heavy. OMG. Like, I can't with this guy. And honestly, it does appear, and hey, Connectfield, thank you so much for being here. And she says that Tawanda been in his ear. Exactly. Tawanda got this man thinking that, he is the next of kin instead of this woman's husband. Anybody with any sense know that your spouse is the next of kin, but they all in his ear got this man out here being loud and wrong. Okay. And let me just say this, guys, before I get up out of here. Okay. We are moving into a new year. The year 2026 symbolizes new beginnings, leadership, and dynamic energy, marked by the universal year one in numerology and the year of the fire horse in Chinese astrology, suggesting fresh starts, bold actions, innovation, and accelerated growth. 2026 is presented as a pivotal moment, a powerful reset year after 2025, the year of completion, encouraging bold, innovative action to build for the future. Don't let nobody plan your phase. Don't let nobody try to gaslight you. Don't let these narcissists think that they can tell you anything and you're going to believe it. Stand your ground and be bold in 2026. Okay. That's all I'm saying. So guys, that's going to be it for this video. Um, I hope that Kevin Jr. can come back home, because ain't nothing like your parents. Okay. You've already lost one of your parents. You need your dad. You got health conditions going on. You might even have some mental conditions going on. I'm not really sure what all is going on there, but you need your dad. Them aunties, we already see they got so much shit going on in their own lives. They just don't have time for you. Okay. So you need to lean on your dad. That's what he's there for. And he should also be able to lean on you. You should also have your dad's back. And you can't expect nothing from your dad that you're not willing to give in return. Ain't nobody got time for no one-sided relationships. Okay, Kevin Jr., you need to grow up, because you is just like wilding out of control. And it's showing. I'm not saying it's the drugs. We know that you're on some type of drug for your, seizures or whatever the case may be. I don't know what it is. You say you just drink alcohol, that's fine and good, but you need to grow the fuck up. I'm just saying. And you need to realize who really got your back. And you need to realize why your mom put your name on everything, so that you and your dad would be forced to work together. That's why she did that. She wanted you guys to work together for her benefit. And she thought that you would be fair about it. But for some reason, you want to team up with Tawanda and Trina and just leave your dad out here, cold. So guys, if you did not like the video on the way in, please like the video on your way out. And if you just happen to be catching the replay, please like the video, subscribe to the channel, and hit that notification bell so that you know each and every time I upload a video. And drop down in the comment section so that we can keep this conversation going. Thanks again for watching, and bye for now.